My name's Connor Lee and I'm the first academy graduate for the Manchester Storm.
So Connor first started playing hockey when he was around 8 years old.
Well, man, I probably met Connor years and years ago. I probably would have seen him play before I actually coached him. You know, the better kids in the academy always stand out, so you have an eye on them right away. But as a young lad, he was very good. He had lots of skill. He had the size too, which is a little unusual sometimes. That he was growing and his skill was keeping up with his body. That was changing. So as a young kid, he came through and showed all the potential. But you never know, right? You never know how far they're gonna progress with outside factors, but he did. He stuck with it. He was dedicated to right through the academy. He just kept getting better and better and growing and to where we are today.
Would have been when I was 8 and I joined the hockey basics here at Altrincham, and it would have been with Lee Wollstonecroft, who was an academy coach at the time, and we were doing a figure of 8 and I fell over, and obviously my helmet wasn't fitted properly at the time and I ended up busting my chin open. So yeah, that would probably be the first memory.
And what, you decided from that, yeah, I want to keep doing this?
Yeah, I just thought hockey was great. I've had a few different opportunities, different like team sports and stuff. I didn't really enjoy them as much as I enjoyed hockey. Fast-paced, physical, just enjoyable.
Back then it was, the academy wasn't, we didn't have the numbers we had today. So as the kids got older, they were sort of kind of scattering off and they weren't really staying. So we wanted to make sure that we put something in place where the players could arguably see themselves playing for the Storm one day, and it not just kind of being a sales pitch to continue going. And then really this year is probably a year sooner than we started to see some, with Crawley and Carolina and obviously Connor. But we quickly kind of started looking at Connor Lee. Obviously we have Mike Morin was very close to us as an assistant coach and working with the academy, and he was always saying we have a kid I think is going to be a player. So we were watching Connor for a long time.
Connor's very much a stereotypical athlete. He's very talented within various different sports, whether that be football, rugby, cricket. So it might have come as a bit of a shock when he chose to pursue a career in ice hockey.
At the age of 11, I was with Stoke City Academy, and they offered me the scholarship that you get at that age, and my dad knew as soon as I started hockey. I would have been 12, so it wouldn't have been like England standard at that age, but I ended up just saying no, and then we went on to about, I think it was 16 at the time. I was with Sale Sharks Academy. I enjoyed rugby quite a lot. That was probably the sport I would have gone down if I didn't go down hockey, but obviously Finner and Ginner at the time were offering me a contract here, so obviously you got to take the professional opportunity.
What was your parents' reaction when you chose something a little bit more niche like ice hockey?
I think one of the big things is the price tag on the equipment. That was one of the definite upsides. And then we have, my dad was big into rugby, so he was kind of disappointed that I didn't go down the rugby side of things, but they just wanted to pursue whatever I enjoyed the most, and that's what kind of drove me to take part in ice hockey.
Connor's very fortunate, as a lot of young players are, that their families are very supportive. This isn't just a financial contribution that goes towards kit, skates, sticks, but also time and travel. As is quite commonly known, there aren't rinks on every park, on every corner of every street. This is a commitment from parents to be driving over to the far ends of the country over the weekend, giving up their time and allowing the likes of Connor to go and pursue what it is that they want to do.
My name's Josh Crawley. I'm on a two-way with the Manchester Storm, and me and Connor are pretty good friends. Met him through the academy, obviously, and I couldn't ring him up if he wanted a round of golf, or we're really good friends.
Connor and Josh, best of mates. They, the Chuckle Brothers, or two peas in a pod. I'm not sure whose banter's worse, but they definitely throw enough of it at each other.
I think he came through the hockey basics program here, and he had I remember because he used to have a blue helmet, blue gloves to match his Toronto Maple Leafs jersey. He improved really fast through the academy. It took us by surprise. We're like, wow, this kid's pretty good. He's improving really, really fast. So, yeah, I think I was on a line with him as well to start off with. So.
Oh, he's my best pal. Me and Josh are really good buddies. Like nowadays as well, we didn't see each other for a few years because obviously he went over to Canada and everything. We were playing back in the day under 12s, under 10s, all that. But now you can tell like we're the best of pals, just doing everything together.
I keep seeing whenever I come down to training, I see you guys getting into little scraps afterwards.
Yeah, we love that sort of thing. Yeah, me and Josh I'd say we're the jokers of the team. We're the young guys. We got a bit of a mouth to us. We enjoy it. Yeah.
Who wins those scraps?
Oh, of course it's me. Josh is only little, so I'll give him a few years before he can beat me.
Yeah, you know, we like picking on each other. You know, seeing who's the toughest. And he had me last time, but you know, bigger. So, but I think I put up a good fight. So.
It became apparent quite early on that Connor would be the first academy graduate to progress into the main roster for Storm. Those conversations happened probably midway through the season before he came into the team. There was lots of conversations between the club and the family to enable him to move up. The first time I ever saw Connor was quite early on in the summer as he came on the ice with Dallas and I'm trying to think who else was there, Dallas and a couple of others, and Connor just fit straight in right from the off. You know, he's just turned 16, he was 6'2". He definitely wasn't going to struggle with the transition.
We just decided last year, we said, you know what, we think he's better off playing with us than, you know, staying in the academy. It was just getting too easy for him. And we just felt once he kind of stayed with us, we weren't really sure how it was going to go. Spoke to his mom and dad quite a bit. Put a framework together of 3 years of what we're trying to do. And we're in year 2 now, and I think Connor's, you know, he's getting more and more ice time. You know, we pre-warned him that there's going to be days that you're not going to play very much, and you know, your development is with the practice with the senior team, and you know, playing, you know, with the likes of Critch and the guys that have been there and done that, and you know, have gone through where we're hoping to get him to go to, which is major junior in Canada, and I think it's been good. I think he's a mature kid. He's grown a lot over the last kind of year and a half. And his game, you know, the ceiling is super high. I mean, he's got a lot of uncoachables. You know, his size, his speed. He's got a good hockey IQ, and we're just trying to round out the rest of his game right now.
My name is Cam Critchlow. Been with the Manchester Storm for 6 years. Been the captain for the last 3. So, yeah, my first impressions of Connor, obviously a young kid coming in, 16 years old. You know, pretty unique situation for him to be in. It was interesting seeing him come in. Obviously, you know, physically he's very mature for his age, and he's a strong, athletic guy. So it was really cool to see him come in and make his impact last year, and then continue to grow and develop as the year and a half has gone on.
First impressions were very good. You know, I came in new here. This is my first year coaching the Storm. And I found out that Connor Lee was a player that was graduating out of the Manchester Storm Academy and was, you know, making a very strong push to be a regular player on our team and in our lineup. So first impressions were positive. I liked what I saw out of him from training camp and onwards to today. And he does play every single game. He is in our lineup, and he's done very well.
Obviously, you try and make your first impression to be a good one, and I thought going into it it's going to be pretty similar to the standard I was playing, but no, that jump is absolutely huge, and it just took a long time to get adapted to, and obviously Ginner and all the team helped me through that first season. It was a lot of help.
Connolly, Griffiths circling in the neutral zone. Connolly takes it away, steps up, takes a shot. It's in the back of the net. I'm not sure if it took a redirect in front. Connolly will definitely be credited with an assist, as the Storm fans louder than they've ever been in this game. 2 minutes and 30 to play. Connolly read the pass like a book.
What was getting the first goal like for you?
Oof. Yeah, it was a shock actually. I didn't realise that where it was going to happen, because Gino kind of just flipped me one, and I was like, oh, wow, okay. And then, yeah, low glove, just found it. Yeah, it was a bit of a shock. Didn't sink in at the time, and I was like, what the hell's going on? And everyone's like, I saw Wenny absolutely screaming as I went past the bench. It was great, a lot of fun.
Conor's story is significant because he is now the role model and the base model for any other aspiring kids coming through the academy project. It's an academy project that was set up a number of years ago, and we're starting to see the fruits and benefit of the hard work that's been put in by the coaches and the players and the parents of that setup.
The young kids, the little guys that Conor used to be, now look up to him, and he's aware of it. He takes it on board, and he helps the younger ones. But yeah, like now we've got 3 really now, like with Josh and Noah as well, they're unbelievable, and it's really quite satisfying to work with them for all these years from little guys, and work them all the way to the point where now I'm standing on the bench behind Conor Lee. It's inspirational for me.
Yeah, because I think he's proven that it can be done, and obviously, we've had Noah come through as well. We played a couple of pre-season games, and I think he played an in-season game. So I think he's just shown us that it can happen, and you can succeed.
Selfishly, we'd love for Conor to forever be a Storm, but the realistic view of what we're trying to do is we'd like Conor to get drafted in the Canadian Hockey League import draft. And we'd like for him to kind of go over whether it's an 18 or 19-year-old and crack that lineup, and that's the best junior hockey league in Canada, of which once he's there, he's kind of on his own path. It's, he's going to make or break it. If he's fortunate enough to get drafted, then he's got to go over and make the team, and then once he's on the team, he's got to stay on the team, which is not, making the team and staying on the team is 2 very, very different beasts. And from there, I mean, the ceiling is high. Like I said, he's got a lot of the uncoachables, his size, his skating, that kind of ability. We'd all wish we could put it and instill into every player coming through our academy. Unfortunately, it's not the way the world is. And he's a good kid. He's a good family. He wants to do it. Dedicated to the gym, dedicated to hockey. He's moving in the right direction off the ice, and we just hope that we can continue putting him in the spotlight, continue developing him until it's time to let him fly the nest.
My goals for the future would be trying to find maybe get drafted into the NHL, or obviously you've got the AHL, the DEL, and some sort of league in Europe would be nice. Yeah.
If you could play for any team, what team would it be?
Would be the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah, definitely the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Conor can go as far as he wants to. He's got every tool that he needs. He's got the size, he's got the skill, and right now he has the ambition.
I think Conor Lee can go as far as he really wants to. I don't think he's a very high ceiling. His skill and he's built into a man's body. He's going to be a good athlete if he really wants to be. I think the biggest thing for Conor is realizing that. And obviously coming in last year was eye-opening for him. It would be for any 16-year-old kid. But yeah, I think as long as he keeps working and he's made big steps, being very coachable in the last 14 months that we've been with him. So he's very coachable. He needs to keep learning, keep working, and if he wants to keep going, I think the sky's the limit for him. As long as he sticks with it, keeps working, and keeps doing what he's been doing.
There's no limit to what they can do, and it's not just Conor. It's his parents, it's his family. It doesn't happen just on his own. It has to come from home and your support network. There's a lot of factors that will get you to where you want to go, but right now he can go as far as he wants to go. Absolutely.
And there's constant assessment on where we're at with that and where he's going, what strides he's making. There's a lot of people involved in that as well, from the likes of the trainers here and the nutritionists and the physical trainers. These guys are all having input on where Conor needs to make slight adjustments and how he needs to improve, and it's all with the end goal of taking him as far as he can in his career. We hope that he outgrows the Manchester Storm.